Hi, in this video I'm going to create this coat of arms of Barcelona. So the idea is to use Rhino Emboss to create this relief, and I've created all these curves. As you can see, these are all we have in here 146 curves, all closed curves. As you can see, we can select one by one. Some are already grouped, as you can see. So after defining all the curves, I can start with Rhino Emboss. So the first step, I need to define the work area. So as you can see, have this square. I can define, in this case, let's see, with 100 by probably 120, and in here 120 as well. So after this, I just need to define the resolution, and I want to delete base. So in the end, I just want to keep with the curves. So the position is on center, and material can be bronze, okay. And of course I can define with thickness, just relief, or other options. In this case, just relief. And now I'm going to start with Rhino Emboss. As you can see, we have here all the parameters. So we are going to start by adding a new operation, and the first operation, I'm going to create an extrusion. So in here I define the type of operation, in this case the extrude, and the curve will be this one, not this one. And I want to define the extrusion distance with 0.5 millimeters and the style with add. So let's take a look. I will refresh, and as you can see, now I have an extrusion. So I'm going to move on. So another operation, and now I'm going to hide this gumball, just here to hide or show the gumball of the operation, and I can choose the curve now. In this case, I'm going to choose this group. Okay, it's easy to select first the group, so I'm going to hide the curve. I select the group, and now I can just type in the curves, and automatically all the group is added to the document. So I just need to define the parameters. In this case, I want to define the profile like this. I can choose lots of different profiles. As you can see, we have different profiles. I'm going to use the first one, and the measures I want to define 1.5. So I double click here, 1.5, and okay. So I can also define all the measures in the parameters, of course, and the style will be added to the previous operation. So let's take a look to the results, refresh, and as you can see, now I have a profile applying all the selected curves. So I had this profile to the extrusion created before, and this is the result. So let's move on. I'm going to hide the gumball, and the next operation, I will create this curve. I want to create one new operation with the selected curve, and let's take a look with by profile, something like this, with 1 millimeter, and add. So let's take a look to the results. As you can see, now I have this curve with the selected profile added to the relief. So the next step will be, I'm going to hide the gumball, and the next step I'm going to create the red curve. So I will select these curves, are already grouped, and in this case I'm going to define as well by profile, and the parameters will be 0.8, and the gumball I can adjust. Okay, new operation. So here we go, I can adjust the gumball. Let's take a look, and 8 with 0.8 millimeters. So let's refresh, take a look to the results. So this is the result, and let's move on to the next details. So now I want to add another operation. So I'm going to choose new operation, I'm going to hide the results, and I'm going to select all these curves. So we have one group, we have another group, another group. So all these curves are selected. I just need to select, define the curves and the gumball. So the operation is add, and let's refresh to see the results. So here they are. As you can see, we had add these results. So this is the idea, and now I can move on to this part. So let's take a look. We can add a new operation. Before, I'm going to hide the gumballs, and I'm going to hide the results as well. So let's create a new operation. The curves will be this and this. Okay, and this one also. So let's take a look. First, select, the curves are selected. I just need to click on the icon, and now I can adjust the gumball, something like this, and let's preview the results. Just need to refresh. As you can see, now I have this operation added. So let's move on to the next one, and in this case I will select only this and this. So a new operation by profile. So this is the profile, and I'm going to adjust the gumball, something like this. Okay, and let's refresh. So this is the idea. I can adjust the results, of course. In this case, I want another operation to this detail. So another operation by profile. So you can see the curve is already selected, and the gumball just like this, and let's refresh. So now I have this and Let's hide the previous gumballs, and I'm going to select all these ones and this as well to finish my model. So the last operation by profile as well, just type 0.5 and style is add, and just adjust in here. Let's take a look to the results. Okay, as you can see now, all the details were added, and I'm going to add the mesh to the document. After creating the relief, and we can check all the settings in here. So I want to delete the base, and let's just refresh. Okay, and finally I can check here to add the mesh to the document. It's computing the mesh, and now let's change the display mode to render it, and as you can see we have the results in here. So as you can see, we can create very complex reliefs using Rhino Emboss. It's very easy. We have created all these curves and defined the relief. As you can see, the results are really good. We have complex reliefs, and this is the idea. Just can apply a material, for instance any of this. So this is the results. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.